Dogs in the Mutt Mixer Interactive have a dilution trait. Dogs who are non-dilute show their regular color. Dogs who are dilute have a faded or clouded color. Non-dilute is a recessive trait, meaning that a dog must have two dilute alleles to show the dilute trait. If a dog has even one non-dilute allele, it does not have the dilute trait. A pedigree chart is a model that shows the traits of individuals. It can be used to determine the allele combinations in a family. This pedigree represents dogs with the dilution trait. In the pedigree, female organisms are represented by circles. Male organisms are represented by squares. A line in between two individuals means that they are a mating pair or married couple. The offspring that they have will be connected to them by lines coming down from the mating pair to the tops of the children. Pedigrees are used to track a specific trait. In the pedigree, an individual who has the trait will be shaded or colored in. In this pedigree, two individuals have the trait of dilution in their fur coat. We will use the letter D to represent the dilution trait. A capital D will represent the non-dilute allele, and a lowercase d will represent the dilute allele. Since dilution is recessive, this means that these individuals must have two dilute alleles as their allele combination. Since dilution is recessive, we know that all the other individuals must have at least one non-dilute trait, because they are not shaded in the pedigree chart, which means they do not have the dilute trait. A dog that does not have the dilute trait must have at least one non-dilute allele. Look at this male dilute dog. Where did it get its dilute alleles from? One had to come from each parent. This means that each parent must have at least one dilute allele, or it would not have passed it on to the offspring. So we know the parent's allele combination must be big D little d. Now let's look at this female offspring. It also has an offspring that has the dilute trait, so it needs to have a dilute allele that it can pass on. Its allele combination must be non-dilute, dilute, or big D little d. The other parent also must have a dilute trait to pass on to the offspring, so it must also have a big D little d allele combination. This last individual does not have any offspring to help us determine what other allele it has. In this case, we know that it has one non-dilute allele, but we have no way of knowing what the other allele is, so we will represent this as a dash. We have now used a pedigree chart to look at a trait and determine allele combinations.